Today we have arguably one of the greatest light heavyweights in history, North Dakota's own Virgil Quicksilver Hill. This guy's a legend in the game, and we're super excited to talk to him. Let's just get right into it. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. I'm totally handicapped when it comes to all this stuff.
That's okay. That's okay.
So most of us are, brother. Most of us are.
Yeah, most of us old guys are.
So Virgil, you've met you.
Okay.
What part of LA?
I live out in Santa Clarita.
God damn.
Yeah.
Where's that?
I'm about probably 30 minutes from LA.
No.
Depending on traffic, you know what I mean?
If you drive a helicopter, it's LA.
Yeah. Going over that Mulholland Drive is just murder.
It did. Going into the valley?
That's where I live, out in the valley, though. My gym is out in Simi, and I live in Santa Clarita, which is still 30 minutes.
When did you move to LA? Because I know you're originally from North Dakota.
Yeah, but I left North Dakota when I was like 20 years old after the Olympics, and so I went to Vegas. I lived in Vegas. I was trained by Eddie Futch in Vegas, and then after Eddie, it was Freddie. I was Freddie's first world champion.
Freddie Roach.
Yeah.
So
and then, Freddie was trained by Eddie Futch.
Yeah.
So that's how the relationship there happened and stuff. And then I was sparring with, one of Eddie's, James Schuler, when he was getting ready for Tommy Hearns. And I put Freddie in my corner and stuff, and then kind of beat him up, and I got fired. So ever since then, I was trying to convince Freddie to be, to come over and train and stuff. So that's how that happened.
So might not know or do know, in 1984, you won a silver medal for the U.S. Olympic team.
Right.
Well, wait,
yeah.
78, 88?
No, middle.
Middleweight.
Middleweight.
Wow.
65.
Wow. So
yeah.
Was it hard for you to make 65 at that point?
Pardon me?
Was it hard for you to make 65 at that point?
Yes, it was. It was very difficult because I'd been there. But I only got on the U.S. team a year before everything. But when I got on, because Michael Grogan, who was the number one, I was number two. He didn't fight internationally, so I fought Cuba, Russia. I fought for that first year and a half. I fought everything.
Wow.
So when I was, so I spent most of my time at training camp.
Okay.
And stuff.
You're still Colorado Springs, correct?
What? Yeah, Colorado Springs. Yep, sure did.
How tall?
Yeah. Huh?
How tall are you?
I'm 6 foot.
Okay.
I used to lie and say I was about 6 foot and a half, but yeah, 6 foot.
Okay.
Shorter now because I'm bow-legged.
Those Jeremy.
Well, then you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can run a horse through my.
Yo.
Yeah.
So after the Olympics, you turned pro.
Yep.
And you went immediately to light heavyweight, right?
Not immediately. I fought one fight at super middleweight, and that was at Madison Square Garden. So I had signed with, with Mark Breland and all those guys. Main events and stuff. And so My first fight was in Madison Square Garden, and I had an 8-fight deal there, and boom, that was the start.
And you know, you were on, some people call it maybe the best Olympic team ever, right? Whitaker, Holyfield, yourself, Big.
Yeah.
Who else am I missing?
What was it was Tyrell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a super heavyweight, and then heavyweight was Henry Tillman.
Wow.
Then it was Evander Holyfield. Then myself, Frank Tate,
Damn.
Mark Breland. 139 was Jerry Page.
What about Meldrick Taylor? That team?
Meldrick Taylor was 125.
Damn.
Pernell Whitaker.
Purnell was 132.
Whew.
You guys.
Yeah, but I'm not lying. The best fighter I ever saw out of all those guys was Sweet Pea.
Wow.
He was amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Especially for, someone like me that, I come from North Dakota, so I wasn't around a lot of that stuff. But to see the way that this guy could put it together was just unbelievable.
I get it, man.
How
Fighter, bro. He's blessed.
how old were you?
Totally blessed.
How old were you, Virgil, when you first started boxing?
I was 8 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Same like me.
Yeah. 8 years old.
Just for the
I had almost 300 amateur fights.
Woo!
Just in where I come from.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I bet. So, you're biracial.
No, I always grew up there. I thought I was white. But I found out later that I wasn't. Part Puerto Rican and stuff like that.
Puerto Rican?
But my family's all white.
You mean mom and dad are white?
Yeah, well, yeah, and now. Yeah, I found out later on. But, so when I grew up, even though I'm light, they're still white.
Wow.
So I grew up with all that nigga, little black Sambo, jigaboo, all that shit and stuff. Hence why I started fighting.
Wow.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
So you turned pro. I think it took you only 3 years to win a world title, right?
Well, yeah. When I was 23.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
I mean,
75.
Yeah, but main events after my 8th fight, main events got rid of me. Right? So they didn't think that I was cut out. I fought 10 times the next year. Eddie Futch had me fight 10 times next year, and then I fought for the world title.
Wow.
And they soft picked me.
what do you mean?
Soft picked me.
I mean, they thought he was going to lose.
Right. And so he soft picked me, but I had fought 10 times. I was fight ready.
Yeah.
I knocked him out in 4.
I know.
Who was he?
Oh, God, I'm trying to remember his damn name. I can't remember it. You think I would remember that?
Rufino Angulo.
Huh? No.
No?
No. He had just won.
Wait.
I can't remember
You sound like me.
No, look, I can't shit. Look, I'm lucky to remember my name every day.
At the end of the day, how many professional fights did you end up with?
Almost 60.
Oh my goodness!
So I ended up with 51
and 7.
51 and 7. Yeah,
And
almost 60.
ask you, I usually go chronological order, but I'll say that right now. You came back at one last fight. Why?
Just to say goodbye, and like for North Dakota and stuff. I did a lot of my fighting there and stuff, and it wasn't because I picked it. It was because the network picked it, like ABC and stuff like that, because I would get 6,000, 10,000 people, from North Dakota coming to my fights and stuff. So it was a way for me to say goodbye and, and thank you and all this and that. That is the only reason.
Okay.
Well, there was one other reason. I was in a bad car wreck, with my son and my wife. And we were taking him to his first year in baseball in Florida, and we rolled our car in Texas when it rained and stuff, and he overpowered the wheel and flipped the car and stuff like this, and I got hurt real bad. So the doctor comes in and says, well, if you were fighting here, you'll never fight again, you got to retire and stuff like that. And I was like, what?
Not at all, right?
Not at all. I said, look, if I believed that everything that everybody ever said that I couldn't do, I would have never done it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so because of that, I had to have one more fight. But it took me 4 years to do it, and then I had to put the fight on myself, which made me get into promotions. And so now I'm in promotions. So I train fighters and I promote fights in the upper Midwest, and we had our first fight out here in California about 2 months ago.
I saw
So
son is at least was. I think he's still fighting, right?
who?
Your son, Junior?
My son was, yeah. My son. First he played baseball for the Cardinals.
Oh.
And then he played baseball for the Cardinals. He got drafted. And then he made the 40-man roster and blew out his knee. And then he said, Dad, I want to box. I said, son, if you hit a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, you don't box. You play baseball. And he said, Dad, I don't love it anymore. I said, okay. Wow. And then we started training. And he got the 6-0 as a pro. And then he wanted to train when he only had to fight and stuff. And I said, boxing's not like that.
Yeah.
Boxing's an everyday deal.
Yeah.
You got to do something every day. You always got to be putting a log on your fire. And he wasn't wanting to do it. And I said, well, I'm not going to train you anymore and stuff. And he said, well, I'll get somebody else. I said, no, you won't. No, you won't. So he started coaching baseball out here in California. So that was very big and stuff. And he did very, very well.
Wow. With
coaching baseball and stuff like that. Because nowadays it's all travel ball and stuff like that. So it's all big money.
So
you guys find it difficult? I mean, not difficult. How much different is it from the Dakotas to California?
A world.
Yeah.
It's like a totally different world. You got 700,000 people in the whole state of North Dakota, and you got 24 million people in Southern California.
Yeah.
So it's a whole different world. It's a whole different everything. I mean, I had to re-find me and stuff like that. And but boxing helped, because when you're on the USA boxing team and stuff like that, you're around a bunch of different dudes. And one guy that was pretty special for me, he was from New Jersey. And he was Puerto Rican and stuff. So he would show me, like, when I come in and stuff, and he was there, he'd show me, like, the haircut to have, this, that. I didn't even know, right? And then Evander helped me with ironing, like, bro, you can't, because where I'm from is cowboy country and stuff like that. So you just wear jeans and a cowboy hat or whatever stuff, and you go out and whatever. He was like, look, bro, you got to iron them things. So Evander showed me how to iron jeans and iron shirt and stuff like that. You couldn't go out with him. Crazy.
So yeah,
that's great. What you get when you brother up with the. Like, I got brothers all over the country. I was on the USA team 4 years, man. I got brothers everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, It's probably because Evander. I came in before Evander and stuff, but it was only a year, so it's not like we we connected with Mark Breland and and all those guys, because most of those guys were world champions.
Oh,
and so we were the add-on guys. I beat Mike, the guy. What the hell is the guy's name?
Oh, that guy?
No, the middleweight. I can't remember his name. But anyway, he was the number one. I was the number two guy. He was the favorite guy. He's been there 27 years old. Michael Grogan is his name. Been there forever and blah, blah, blah and stuff. But he didn't want to fight internationally. So I was the guy that had to fight. And so I did all the fighting.
You are considered by many people as one of the greatest light heavyweights in history, I would say, definitely. You fought a lot of people. I'm gonna ask you the classic question: of everybody you fought, who would you say was the hardest puncher?
It's hard to say because my Olympic teammate my favorite. That's my buddy, Frank Tate. I fought Frank Tate, and I ended up fighting him twice back to back. Right, and so I fought Frank, and Frank, I jumped on him. I beat him for 11 rounds. Right, then this guy comes out. He throws an uppercut, slams my teeth together. I bit through my mouthpiece and stuff. Right, and I was knocked out. I woke up on the way down and then popped back up. That was round 11. And good thing that the bell went ding. Went back to my corner. He busted out all my teeth from the back to about up here. All my teeth were busted because he slammed my mouth together like that. Yeah. And the guy that was training me at the time, I go, I think my jaw's broken. He goes, no, you're all right. You're all right. I go, I can't bite down. There's something in the way. And it shattered my teeth and it pushed them up and stuff. So he put my mouthpiece back in and sent me back out. But I was so damn mad that the whole fight I had it under control. And then he threw one shot and almost ended the whole fight.
So
I fought Frank twice.
So
I fought him then for the title to win it, and then again to defend it.
So you
one of Don King's things.
Of course.
Wow. So
yeah.
Your opinion, Frank, or then, for example, Tommy Hearn?
Tommy didn't punch hard.
No.
Not back. No, not. By then, he already had his wrist fused. Like he fused all these bones right here, and so he didn't have a lot of pop. Now, when I came into the fight, I had a broken nose and a hyperextended elbow. But when he hit me, like first shot, he just re-broke my nose, so it was already broke, so it wasn't a big thing.
What about Roy Jones? Roy Jones, a friend of ours.
Roy punched hard.
He punched hard.
Roy punched hard, but he always punches hard at the very beginning, and he fades at the end.
Oh.
So if I could have got out of that, if I could have got this guy has never thrown a body shot one till me. He threw a body shot and busted my rib.
Oh goodness!
Did you break?
Yeah.
Was your rib broken?
He cracked it.
Damn.
Not the same thing as broke, but he cracked it. Yeah. And I remember, I threw a shot and missed, and I turned like this, and he came back and boom. And now I would have said that it was a fluke thing had I not seen the fight, and then I saw what him and his coach talked about. He said, go to the body and stuff. And I was like, oh shit, okay. That was good. That was legit.
So Roy's punches were more hard than they were snappy, or more snappy and fast?
No. He had snappy fast too, because he busted my eardrum the first round.
Wow.
He swooped the hook and popped my ear like this, and it went pop, and it tore my eardrum. Now, had I not ever had that happen before, I would have been a little weirded out. But I knew it. He tore my eardrum.
Would you say that he was the best skilled fighter you've ever fought, or somebody else would you say that's the best skilled you've ever fought?
Skilled fighter, huh?
Marco's setting you up. Marco is in love with Roy Jones. Okay, so don't get it wrong.
Oh, I'm asking Virgil who
Yeah.
skilled fighter.
Roy Jones is a really, really talented fighter, man.
Look, I'm telling you, if I get out of that round and stuff like that, I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't get past my jab. It was too fast.
You were.
And I was hitting him with the body with the jab.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff. So if I get out of that round, that's it. Because Roy gets tired after the sixth. After 6 rounds, he slows down. But the first 5 rounds, he comes out banging, and he did.
That's
because every shot was hard.
A lot to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, but a lot. You fought Bob Chez, John Mikolashevsky. I mean, a lot of the great fighters you're ever.
Yeah. You had to. That was the only way to try to make some money.
Wait, you fought Darius?
Yeah.
What?
You fought Darius Michael?
I'm sorry, you cut out.
You fought Darius Mikolashevsky?
Yeah, Darius.
Wow.
Yeah.
Darius.
Yeah.
I fought him too.
No, because I just beat Henry Mask and I had the IBF championship.
Yeah.
And I had the IBF and the WB and the WBA. And I fought him for the WBO over in
Germany.
Hamburg.
Germany, yeah.
Yeah, Hamburg and stuff. And I lost a decision to him.
Wow.
You were also the first person to beat Fabricio Tozio. Right?
Yeah, I beat Fabrice twice. Man, look, I beat him. Look, I had a hurt left arm when I fought him the first time, and still knocked him down.
Wow.
And then we were supposed to fight one other time. Then he moved up to cruiserweight and stuff like that. Then he was running the cruiserweight division like he was the big show. And I was. And we were over in MGM in Las Vegas, right? Yeah. And we ran into each other in the area.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Why are you ducking me?" and stuff like that. And I'm like, "My boy, be quiet." Because if you're lucky, because if my left arm wasn't hurt, I would have knocked you out. And then a big thing started and blah, blah, blah and stuff like this. So then we ended up fighting, right?
Yeah.
I knocked him out in the second round.
You did?
I sure did.
You sure did. I
sure did.
How was we've
not just down.
Out.
My boy was like this. Did I get knocked out? Did I get knocked out? Yeah. That kind.
Wow.
And I'm not the big puncher. I've never been known as the big, I'm going to go 12 rounds. It's going to be 12-round fight and stuff like that.
You know what? You had a lot of speed and a lot of power, though. Like, you know what I mean? I know you only had, 24 knockouts, but you did have a good punch.
Well, yeah. I mean, mine would have been an accumulation of punches, like bang, 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 instead of not just bang. I mean, I have to bang and then bang them back.
Bang over.
Yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Bang and go, oh, he's hurt. Bang him again.
But you use this a lot. You're a great, your IQ.
Well, some of the times I was too fast, because, you're in the situation and you're moving around and stuff, and you move yourself out of the situation and then have to work your way back in the situation. So you're working doubly hard. You're working twice as hard. So.
You also fought Donnie Lalonde, who we've interviewed a couple times. Was he a hard puncher, Donnie?
No. I don't recall any. No, I like him a lot because he's from Winnipeg. Yeah. He's from Winnipeg, and I'm from North Dakota, where he's just above me. So I'm like, I like him, and he's a super, super nice guy. He's like, what he did was remarkable.
Yes.
You know, how do you fight for two different belts at different, or the same belt at two different weight classes at one time?
When did he do that?
Ray Leonard. That's when Ray got the light heavyweight and
Super middle.
You know,
they fought two championships at one time.
yeah. You know, a fun fact about Donnie, most people don't know this. You know, he was this pretty blonde. He actually grew up in the projects in Canada, which I didn't know until we interviewed.
He was a hockey player.
Yeah.
He played hockey, and he had a tear in his arm from hockey. That's why it hindered him from, extending his jab or his right hand. I can't really remember, because his brother actually told us that well after, because his brother trained at Freddie Roach's gym and stuff like that, and he told me that well after. But yeah, super nice guy.
Yeah, I talk to him all the time. Darren.
Super nice guy.
Right.
Huh?
The chiropractor.
Darren, the chiropractor.
Yeah.
His name is Darren.
Darren, okay.
So,
yeah.
So, Virgil, is there anybody in your career that really wanted to fight, but you never got the chance to?
No.
Nobody.
I fought everybody.
That's a good place to be in. And you can and be like, man.
I went to Germany. I beat their icon, Henry Mask. I've went over there twice. Darius, no matter what Darius did, he's always in the shadow because he wasn't German.
Yeah.
He's always in the shadow of Henry Mask because he is German and stuff. So that's their icon. That's their big guy. I went over there and I fought everybody that there was to fight in the light heavyweight division or in the cruiserweight division.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
Did you ever?
Yeah, I won some, I lost some, but I never, from the time that I won the championship, I never fought outside, like a regular fight. It was either for the belt or defend the belt. Never.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The only one that it might be is when I was 51 and I had that one fight. But other than that, I was always in the top 5 and stuff, and I was always in the mix of things.
Did you ever consider fighting at weight?
What? No, never.
No.
Never. I was too small. I didn't have I didn't have that pop. Now I could have, maybe moved around and stuff like that, but nobody was looking for that.
Well,
they're not. U.S. is not looking for. If I was over in England or something like that, where pugilism is, the thing, the art and stuff like that, yeah. But for the States, no.
Well, let me before we go. You were the only fighter when I was growing up that looked like me. So meaning my mother's wife. I thought you were mixed. I thought you were what?
No, I am. Yeah. I am mixed, but I didn't know that I was mixed till I was like in my 40s.
Well, could you explain that? Why didn't you know?
Well, because my mother didn't tell me that. It wasn't until my father passed.
Oh.
And stuff. Yeah. Some hurtful shit, bro. It was not
for me.
Yeah. That's not the time. That's not the time you want to hear that. You take that to your grave.
Mm.
And
yeah.
I'm white father, black father. That was and the only champion or fighter that looked like me was you. But
that's amazing.
Remember, they're all either black or white. They weren't brown, not our brown.
Yeah.
So wait.
I always looked up at you.
So I'm part Puerto Rican.
So wait.
So
you're saying the father that you grew up with wasn't your real father? Is that what was happening?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You didn't know.
Yeah.
40.
No.
Get that, Marco?
No, but I grew up. I grew up with all the racial epithets and stuff like that, and I never knew why, because I always thought, my father's white, my mother's white and stuff. So the spin off of that was that I was Native American. There's a lot of Native up in, so, oh, he's Indian and stuff like that. So,
Wow.
yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, you know, it is what it is. I mean, it drove me. Not that part of it, but just the
Little something.
racial epithets and stuff like that, people thinking that I couldn't make it and stuff like that. It drove me. And so if I didn't have that, I don't know that I could have done that.
Was there any fight that you looked up to, that you emulated? Who were your favorite fighters growing up?
Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard. What? Yeah. Who did not try to do the shoe shine and the shuffle and stuff like that in my era? Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we feel like your era, the '80s, not probably the best era, and one of the.
Yeah, I have a gym myself and stuff, and it's funny. I met my wife in the Olympics in '84, and she's an Olympian, a four-time Olympian and stuff, and she coaches track and field and stuff, and she sees the same thing I do with, the motivation, the kids and stuff, you know, like she trained 3,000 meters every day, right. I mean, she runs the 1, the 2, and the 4, the 4x1, the 4x4 and stuff. But she can't give the same work to her kids that she had from her father, and to her father trained her and stuff that she had. And I remember my work with Eddie Futch and Freddie and stuff. I'm like, we sparred every day. Every day was work. I can't do that with my kids. They wouldn't hold up. It's just different.
I mean, do you think it's too much, or do you think that's how it should be?
I think it's too much for the kids today and stuff, but back in the day, no. Because it's a totally different fight game, everything.
Yeah,
it's totally different.
Yeah, no, they're not. They were, but they're not built like they were.
No.
But
No.
The kids are different now. They got they got more things that they have than just a sport.
This is the one that gets me. Is when they come in and go, "Have you ever fought before?" and stuff like that. What are your aspirations? What do you want to do and stuff? She goes, "No, I haven't fought, but I know I did. I've done some some stuff and stuff." And I'm like, "What?" She go, YouTube. YouTube. I'm going like this. You're a YouTuber. I have YouTubers and stuff that I have to correct all their little tweaks and stuff like that. It's a total. And I'm going, if you can't look at the feet and you can't look at their body and stuff like that, how are you going to teach?
Mm-hmm.
How do you teach them how to do steps and move and roll shoulders and stuff like that?
So, do you have any interest in training fighters at a high level?
Absolutely. I mean, that's everybody. I mean, once you've turned over to a trainer and stuff, that's your aspiration for your fighters and for yourself and stuff. But it's a difficult process now. The game is totally changed. The way it was for me. Brains and bronze and all that stuff. I mean, how tough you are and stuff. That might not be it. I mean, all these guys are YouTubers.
Yeah.
These world champions are all YouTubers. They put all their shit on. Excuse my language.
Okay.
They put all their stuff on YouTube and this and that and stuff. And how many whatever it is, thousands of people follow them and stuff like that. And that's all they're really concerned about. That's what it is. You know, the game has changed, and sadly enough, we got to change with it.
Yeah.
You know, they talk about that. Who's the white guy that fights everybody that can't fight? Jake Paul. Right. I'm going this. There is a place for that kind of stuff. There is, but it is not legitimate boxing.
No,
it is not.
100%.
But there is a place for that. You know, there's a market for that type of boxing. You know, fighting skill.
Boxing.
You know, like MMA, like, you know, Muay Thai and stuff. There is that place for that, but it is not boxing, because this guy steals away from real fighters that are really trying to do things, and that is not the process or the way to go about doing it, because it's not the same over here. You know what I mean? Like the way we came up and stuff, that's not it. But there is a place for that, you know, that part of whatever that is, that entertainment.
that's
there is a place for
it. But unfortunately, he's generating a lot of money
for himself.
He's making $100 million. Hey, what's bad about it is, you know, our superstar guys fall into that stuff. You know, Mayweather goes and fights him and stuff like that. But you know, he would do that because he went and did wrestling or whatever it was,
right,
for $20 million and stuff. And you know, our superstar guys, they got to stay true to the game, to the process, you know, to their legacy and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Now they go, well, would you do it if you could make $100 million and stuff like that? I don't know that I would if it jeopardized my legacy.
Well, I was about to ask you, would you ever do like a Legends match, like an exhibition?
No, because you're never gonna. You know, I'm not gonna compete at the same. I mean, when Mike and Roy did that thing, I mean, they didn't even talk to Roy. I mean, Roy was legitimately one of the best fighters ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it was the Mike Tyson show and him smoking. You know, like, look, man, look, I didn't play fight. I fought for real.
Yeah.
Stuff. My knees, my back, my neck, my hands, and stuff like that tell me that today.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
All that and stuff. I did that shit for real. It's not play. You don't play boxing.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, no. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't. Yeah.
And
you don't play boxing. As soon as you get punched in the face, you'll figure that out.
Quick, too.
And then what you gonna do?
Yeah. Well, beautiful. Yeah. I completely agree with you, and you made great sense. My phone is about to die, guys. It's been a long day. I'm gonna have to say goodbye. Appreciate you coming back, man. And I would love to be on again.
Yeah, thanks for talking to us, Virgil. Let's do it again.
Yeah, hey, I appreciate you, and I am so sorry that I haven't gotten with you guys sooner.
Don't worry about it.
But with everything going on, stuff like that, it was very difficult.
No,
and now that we're a little more wide open and stuff like that, things have kind of slowed down and everything. And I really appreciate you guys giving me an opportunity.
You, man. Thanks for talking to us.
Talking to you. You're one of my childhood heroes, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
God bless, fellas.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.